Hi, dear students. Today we will learn about something very basic. That is the branches of forensic science. Those who are new to this field and want to know more about this field, you can that I can assure you that this lecture would be very useful for you. Okay, so forensic science, what this field actually means. Why is the need of forensic science so much pronounced? Forensic science is a branch that deals with administration of criminal justice system. How? Via taking the help of scientific methodologies and principles. Here are some of the basic fields, the basic branches of forensic science. Just attach whatsoever terms with forensic and you will get a new branch of forensic science. For an example, you can see this one. Forensic odontology. Odontology deals with the teeth related whatsoever the issue is, the study of age of a person via teeth and all this stuff. But when we attach forensic to it, it will become something that is helpful in solving the crime cases. In crime scene investigation and in forensic biology, biology simply deals with the study of the living beings, the living organisms. But when we attach forensic term to it, now it is something that can be used for administration of criminal justice system, for administration of law, in order to solve the criminal cases. The DNA analysis is done for the disputed paternity cases. It is done for searching the criminal all the whereabouts. Then forensic anthropology and forensic pathology, entomology, botany, chemistry, this all will be understood by you in today's lecture. Then forensic chemistry, patho and toxico. Okay, so let us begin with the lecture. First of all, let us know what is forensic toxicology. Toxicology, the branch, the field that deals with all the toxic chemicals. Toxins are of natural origin. First of all, you should know the basic difference between a poison and a toxin. Poison can be of man-made origin as well, but the toxin is a poison that is of natural origin. The snake venom is a kind of toxic substance. It is a toxin. The Abrus precatorius contain abrin. Abrin is also some poisonous substance. So that is a toxin to why? Because it is of a natural origin. Okay, so look at it. Study of the presence of toxic substance inside a body and its effect on the body. If you obtain a death that is related to poisons, identify all the aspects, how poison must have worked in the body, what is the reason behind the death, so and so. Whereas the drug analysis is also some subfield that comes under forensic toxicology. Then forensic psychology. Psychology simply deals with the human behavior, the problems that are related to abnormalities that are related to the human being, the personality disorders and everything. But again, forensic means now all these things will be understood with respect to the criminal behavior, with respect to the crime, that why person commits crime, what are the supporting factor that make a normal person criminal. Okay, application of psychology to legal and criminal matter. Then odontology, handling, analysis and evaluation of any form of dental evidence like bite marks. In Ted Bundy case and many more cases like this, bite marks will be observed in the cases where some gruesome crime takes place, in rape cases as well. In the body of victim, the tooth marks are of the teeth marks of that perpetrator can be found. Via this teeth mark you can make the analysis of saliva. Via this bite mark you can identify the perpetrator. So these are all the sort of things that can be done by taking odontology's help in order to administer the legal justice system. Here is an example. Look, the measurement of the bite marks will be taken as everyone of a different design of the jaw. Some person must be having a missing tooth, capping over their tooth, red root canal something done on the tooth, while chipped tooth can also be formed in other. So these are all the basic identification criteria. Then forensic linguistics. Linguistics, simply linguistics done with the uh, writing work or some spoken languages. Languages vary diversely among the citizens of our nation only. Then think about the world, think about the international aspect. So the application of linguistic knowledge and method to criminal investigation and the judicial proceedings, like what are the possible outcome, why we need to work with the forensic linguistic, why there's a need of forensic linguistic. It can be helpful to figure out the ransom letters if it is written on different languages, the suicide note, call, the social media, as people belong to different age, gender, ethnic group, and they have different education level. Just think about it. A writing handwriting of an illiterate and highly literate person, will it be same? No. Will it be similar? Very less chances. So this is the difference. A person who is not very well with English, who doesn't know how to write English, will they be able to compose a entire letter in a beautiful writing? There are very less chances because of the lack of practice. Okay, then geology, some substances related to earth, geography, geology, something related to the earth, the knowledge of earth. Now how this can be helpful for administration of criminal justice system? Soil. If soil evidence is found on the tire marks, then you can identify the place where the crime must have been committed. If petroleum, mineral, log or rocks, all of these. If some sand particles are present on the cloth of the victim and the body is found in the area where the sand has no traces as such, so you can easily figure out that the body must have been displaced from their primary crime scene. Okay, then entomology, one of the most interesting and emerging branch of the forensic science. I've made an entire playlist on forensic entomology. So the it deals with the study of the insect, the arthropods. Arthropods means they have joint appendages. Okay, like arachnids, centipede, millipedes, and crustaceans like prawns and all. So they can also be useful in the criminal justice system, because a body when it putrefies, starts attacking it, and basically the reason behind the putrefaction of body are insect themselves. So these insects, their life cycle can be briefly studied in order to figure out what is the possible age of the corpse, what the time must have been passed, sufficient time must have been passed, the person was dead. So these are things can be figured out. And the forensic serology, the serological fluids, the sweat, saliva, semen, urine, menstrual blood, tear, pus, and number of serological fluids are there. So all these fluids can be examined and DNA can be obtained from them as well. So one of the most important branch of the forensic science, and interesting as well because I love this branch a lot. Then forensic botany, plant based evidence can also be used for administration of legal justice system. Isn't it something very interesting? Then digital forensics, the cyber crimes spread so widely that there is an immense need of digital forensics in order to solve it, or in order to tackle the problem, and in order to safeguard ourselves from the digital crimes, from the cyber crimes. So in our tech driven era, digital forensic, cyber crimes, hacking and all, and nowadays that digital arrest is on peak. Scammers are, I don't know why they're going gaga over that, why they are going crazy over that digital arrest thing. So awareness is must. And then forensic anthropology, the skeletal remains will be, oh here's the beautiful diagram of forensic serology. Look, this is how in the glass vials or in the normal vials the fluids will be stored for the further administration, and this is how the soil sample will be stored. Different area, different soils, different topologies and all. Okay, so forensic, sorry for getting distracted. Then forensic anthropology, it deals with the skeletal remains. Even age of a person can be figured out with their skeletons. Isn't it something shocking? And as you have watched in the series CID as well, so from a piece of tooth, from the pelvis as well, the pelvis bone, the pelvic regions bone, these things can be figured out from the femur, from one bone itself. The age, approximate age of a person can be figured out. This is the work of forensic anthropologists. Then forensic chemistry and forensic toxicologies are different. Forensic chemistry deals with arson investigation as well, whether the fire that has caught a building is actually an arson or is an intentional fire that is done to claim insurance fraudulently and stuffs like that. So forensic chemistry deals with explosive drugs and sometimes toxin as well. However, it is quite different. There's a very thin line between forensic toxicology and forensic chemistry. Chemists also deal with paint evidence, the component, the pigments that are present in the blenders and all are present in the paint evidence. But forensic toxicologists won't deal with paint evidence. Okay, so there are a number of examples. Then you can simply figure out there are much more fields in forensic science, and just you have to attach the word forensic with everything and it will turn out to be some new field of forensic science. So I hope you have liked the lecture, you have enjoyed it, and do tell me, give your feedbacks in the comment section. Thank you so much till then.